All right, in this video, we are going to show how to add two fractions that already have common denominators. And the idea is we are going to learn that fractions can only be added together when they have common denominators. And just as a recap, what is a denominator? The denominator in this case is 8, and both of these have 8s. And then this has the numerator of 3, so that's 3/8, and this has a numerator of 2, so it's 2/8. So the idea is, in this video, we're going to show how do we add fractions that already have common denominators. So let's represent this visually. So representing 3/8, I'm going to use an area model, and I'm going to do that rectangle there. And 3/8 means we need to cut this thing into 8 equal sized pieces. All right, and I'm going to copy that because I know I'm going to need it. And then, in fact, let's just put it, whoa, no, delete. There we go. And I'll just put it over here because I know I'm going to need to draw that 2/8 as well. So the idea is, let's represent 3/8. So representing 3/8 means I've got 1, 2, 3. There's my 3/8 right there. And then to represent 2/8, I'm going to shade in 2 of these. All right, so there is my, oops, I don't like that. There is my 3/8 right here, and there is my 2/8 right here. So 3 out of 8 means 3 out of 8, and 2/8 or 2 out of 8 means 2 out of 8. Now, if I'm going to add these together, now a lot of times students are going to mistakenly just do 3 plus 2 is 5, and 8 plus 8 is 16, and get 5/16, which seems to make sense because, I don't know, it just kind of seems to make sense. But that doesn't make sense when you really think about this area model, this 3/8 plus 2/8. And so what we're going to do is we're going to represent this all together. So 3/8 plus 2/8 means you've got your 3/8 right here, and then you've got your 2/8 right here. And so all together, that represents 5/8, because we see we've got 5 shaded in out of 8. So this really equals 5/8. Now, what would that look like on a number line? Well, on a number line, we're going to draw a single number line. And we're going to start it at 0. Oh, let's just go all the way to 1 right here. All right. So there is our number line. Now, because everything is already cut into 8s, I'm going to just simply cut this entire number line into 8 equal sized pieces. And we're going to represent 3/8 like this. 1, 2, 3/8. And then we're going to represent 2/8 like this. And then, so where did we end up? So we know that we cut this whole thing into 8 pieces. And then we moved over 3 pieces, 3/8 for this 3/8. Then we moved over 2/8 for this 2/8. And so where are we all together? So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are now at 5/8. Right? So that's how we represent it with the area model right up here. And then this is how we represent it with the number line right there. Now, if we want to do this again real quick, so let's do it. So let's see, right there. So 2/5 plus 2/5. So what are we going to do? Well, the first thing we have to do is represent 2/5, and we're going to represent it twice because we're adding 2/5 plus 2/5. So we're going to use the area model, and I'm going to just take my whole, cut it up into 5 equal parts because that's what the denominator says. And I know I'm going to need it a couple of times. In fact, I'm going to need it 3 times, so I'm going to just kind of put it down here as well. And so 2/5 is right here. There's 2/5. Here's another 2/5 right here. Now, if we're going to add those together, really, I'm just going to take this. Whoa, no, undo, delete. I didn't want that. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could just take that and move it here. I could take this and move it here. I could take this and move it here. And I can take this and move it here. So what we ended up with is what we used to have 2/5 like this, and another 2/5 right here. And what does that end up giving us? That ends up giving us 4/5 as our sum. And if we wanted to represent 2/5 plus 2/5 as on a number line, I would use a number line, straight number line. Woohoo, there we go. There's my 0, there's my 1. And I know that I need to cut it into 5 equal sized pieces because that's what the denominators are. And there's my 5 equal sized pieces. And this 2/5 means we're going to move over 2 pieces, 2/5. And then this 2/5 means we're going to move over another 2 places, 2/5. Now, where are we in total? We are now at 4/5 because we've moved over 5 places. And that is how we represent addition using the area model and the number line model. Now, this video was just common denominators. In another video, we're going to talk about how do we add fractions that have uncommon denominators.